If you have a virtual assistant or you are thinking of getting one, but you have no idea what on earth you would give them to do, this video is for you. I'm Sylvie McCracken from sylviemccracken.com, and today I want to share with you the 7 tasks you can outsource to your virtual assistant today. So if you have a blog and you are feeling a little bit overwhelmed, you're feeling like you don't know how to get more time out of your day, this is absolutely crucial. Hiring help as soon as you can is the best thing you can do. And I did it so soon in my business, it was crazy. The first $35 I made on my business, I sent it straight to an assistant because I was working full time and I'm creating my business on the side. So, there's only so many hours in the day where I could get stuff done. And in my opinion, 20% of your business requires you. The other 80% could be done probably better, faster, and definitely cheaper by someone else. So the first one is to format blog posts. And this might seem like it only takes you a couple of minutes and what's the big deal? Trust me, the fact that all you have to do is go in there and write your blog post and then you can just tell someone done and they can go in there and make it look good, get the headings right, get the numbers right. My first business involved a lot of recipes, so once I came up with that system of like, here's how I like the ingredients listed, here's how I like the instructions, and here's how to put in the affiliate links, that was a huge time saver to have my assistant be able to go in there and do all of that for me, because then I was not procrastinating as much as well. I could just say, let me just type in this recipe real quick, put in the ingredients, put in the instructions. I don't even have to number anything. It doesn't have to look good. She'll take care of that. The second thing is image creation. Oh my God, this was a lifesaver, especially if you're using Pinterest or Instagram or anywhere really on all of your social media platforms. You should be using images. Unless you're really, really good at this, I don't think you should do it yourself. So I have an assistant that is really, really good at it. And if you look on my first business, which is hollywoodhomestead.com, some of the early photos are absolutely terrible. And part of that is we got a little bit better with the camera use along the way, but a lot of it is that she is just so good at being able to make those images look great for Pinterest and, for people to want to click on them and share them. The third thing is social media. So I'm a big fan of interacting with my audience. I really like to do that myself, but I can do that in the comments of the social media. So the actual blog post can be scheduled in advance and I don't have to do that because my assistant can take a phrase from the blog post and put it into social media. And I like to take that a step further and use Edgar, meetedgar.com, which is a scheduling tool so that it can save her even more time. And I just like to be efficient that way because there's no reason that she should be spending 10 hours a week on that when she could spend 2 and use this tool. So she goes in there and schedules these posts and so that there's content constantly being recycled on my social media, and then when I see a comment from a reader, I can go in there myself and interact with them. And that saves me a ton of time. The fourth thing is techie things, so tech fixes. Now, I have a coder for the really complicated things, but for the little things, like if I'm running a promotion or want to swap out some images and widgets on my site, my assistant can absolutely do that. And I can do that as well, but I don't need to be doing that. So she goes in there and she can absolutely do that. So the fifth thing is comment moderation. Now, I have to admit, I still do this one myself, and again, this is partly because I really like to interact with my audience and because a lot of the things on my first business are health-related and medical, and so I know she wouldn't be able to answer those questions because she's not familiar with some of these topics, so it kind of requires me. That said, I could absolutely, and I probably should, hand it off to her to go in there before I go in and just clean up if there's any spam that the Akismet plugin didn't catch, or if there are any inappropriate things that she needs to ban or delete, that would save me a couple of minutes. So eventually I will hand that off to her as well. Right now it's not intense enough for me to do anything about it. The sixth thing is content creation, and this is an optional one. This is one that I've done very sparingly in terms of, in my current business, sylviemccracken.com, I basically have created all of the content. But I do get a lot of help from my assistant to draft things, outline things, take things like from this video and get it transcribed so we can have a transcript for you. All of that doesn't really require me, so that's something I absolutely give to her. And the seventh and last thing is probably the most important thing, but this is for if you've had a business for a little while and you have products or services, and that's customer service. So right now on both of my businesses, the contact form creates an email, and that email goes straight to my assistant. And so even though a lot of those I will respond to directly, she is kind of a filter. And a lot of that is customer service. If someone bought my ebook and doesn't know how to download it, etc., we have sort of a process that she follows for that. And those are things I don't even need to hear about, because she can absolutely help someone with their download or send them another copy or something like that. And if there's a question that directly relates to me, or it's a sponsor that wants to get in touch, or a colleague that wants to promote my ebook, then she'll send those my way so I can decide how to deal with it. But those are 7 things that if you hand off to your assistant right away, you're going to be amazed at how much time that opens up for you to do other things. And I absolutely recommend that you do that right away. If you like this video, please click like below and click subscribe so you can get all of my videos. And I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below or a question. Let me know if there's anything I missed, anything else you would add. And thank you so much for tuning in.